Welcome back to a brand new Clash Royale video, guys. My name is Patrick, aka Chief Pat, and today we're going to be checking out one of the craziest decks I've played in a long time on my main Chief Pat account, and check out all of the cards inside of this deck. We're using the Royal Giant, we're using the 3 Musketeers, a 4th Musketeer, as well as the Mirror card. This deck is insane, but I did see someone playing it on the ladder, so let's go and try it out today and see how it works out. I have no idea how this one will work out, especially when it comes to defense. And as he plays a Hog Rider, I actually have a really slow reaction with that Mega Minion, but still, things should be okay, and we're going to have to figure out a win condition with this deck. Now, when we get to double Elixir, I feel like the Royal Giant plus 3 Musketeers would be absolutely absurd, so let's try to get there as soon as possible and see if we can get that done. Meanwhile, Mega Minion will get 2 hits off onto that left-hand tower, and as I split my 3 Musketeers, waiting for the 6 Elixir in my Royal Giant, I don't think we're going to get it there in time, so I have to play a Valkyrie instead, and seeing as he played his Valkyrie too soon, we're going to kill his. We've got a Musketeer on the left-hand side. Look at all the damage on the left-hand side, guys. People always try to defend the right-hand side, but that Musketeer by itself did 900 damage, and meanwhile in the right-hand lane, he's just spending so much Elixir to stop my push. Even though I only get a little bit of damage on that tower, it actually still works out really well, and the Elixir is definitely in my favor. So at this point, we've got an Elixir advantage. Let's drop that Royal GG right in his face, and as I have the arrows in my hand, waiting on a skeleton army, waiting on a minion horde, waiting on anything like that, he's gonna play a Goblin Hut, and overall that will not be the best counter to the Royal Giant. It's gonna take way too long for those Spear Goblins to get activated. I'll go ahead and drop my Musketeer to help out against all this stuff right here. Mega Minion will help out against the Hog Rider yet again. I think it's time to start thinking about how to be creative with this Mirror card. I feel like a mirrored Mega Minion would just have so much value because the Mega Minion is so good, and even with the Mirror costing it 1 more Elixir, having a 4 Elixir Mega Minion honestly isn't that bad at all. So let's see if we can get a Mirror card down sometime in overtime. And this, or I guess in double Elixir, because I don't think this one's going to overtime, judging how it's going right now. And let's see if we can get some style points by pulling that off. Now, meanwhile, in the right-hand lane, we have another Valkyrie double Musketeer push. He's going to play his Miner in the back. Very strange right there. Meanwhile, again, guys, look at that 1 Musketeer hanging out by itself. 900 damage or 800 damage yet again on that left-hand tower. And even with all the stuff he's playing right here, it's just not going to work out too well as far as trying to get damage done on my tower. The Hog Rider's going to get locked on by the Inferno Tower. I've got the Royal GG on the left, and guess what? I've got enough Elixir to drop a second Royal GG down the right-hand lane. This is how dreams are crushed and ruined. 2 Royal Giants inside of 1 game. One of the most disgusting plays you can make. And with those 2 towers both going down to the Royal Giants, that is pretty much going to be the end of the game. 23 seconds left. He's fighting for his life with the Miner. I get the Valkyrie helping out. A level 10 Royal Giant just has to be so annoying inside of challenge mode. I've got 3 Musketeers. I'll go ahead and play those right now. He does have that 1 counter with the Valkyrie, though, so those are going to spin and chop my 3 Musketeers to death. But all in all, a really fun battle. And honestly, the double Royal Giant was just filthy. So 1 for 1 with this deck. This is pretty good. This was actually my 4th win inside of a Grand Challenge. So things are pretty well right there. Again, as the Grand Challenges go on, you should theoretically be playing better and better players. So let's go ahead and get into battle number 5 against Anonymous. Anonymous. He's spelling it weird. Anyways, and let's go ahead and try out this crazy deck. Now, starting hand, I've got 3 Musketeers, which I'll split as I like to do, and as they go ahead and hug that right-hand tower, he could have a Fireball or a Lightning spell. A Princess actually is a decent counter to the 3 Musketeers because she does such great splash damage, but if she does walk in front of the tower like she did right there, she will get shot down by the Musketeers, so you have to keep that in mind. She still will get good damage off, but in the end, it won't protect the tower from taking 500 damage right there. Now, meanwhile, those skeletons will get to my tower, so they're going to keep chunking away as well. He's actually going to do about 400 damage to that tower. I'll drop a Mega Minion to stop his Hog Rider right here. And at this point, it's time to just calm down. I've been playing so many cards and talking so fast. Let's just slow this down. I have a Musketeer shoot that right tower. We've got a Mega Minion on the Ice Wizard right here. Let's just slow the game down. You know, if you guys didn't know, Molt used to have a thing on his iPad that said slow down, and when we were at the King's Cup finals, he even wanted to write slow down on his hands when he played the matches. I think he might have done that. And as Anonymous doesn't slow down by playing that zap spell right there, our Mega Minion that was mirrored will take out the Princess and the Ice Wizard. And let's go ahead and reset the battle right here. Now another Hog Rider. We're going to play an Inferno Tower, which is a negative elixir trade until he drops the Ice Spirit, which makes it a 5-for-5 trade. So not too shabby at all. That'll protect myself from his main damage push. And now we can get ready with our Royal Giant and see if we can push this right-hand lane. Now even with the confetti flying, we've got the Royal Giant, we've got the Musketeer, he's got the Spirit, or the Skeleton Army. That's going to be so annoying. We're only going to get a couple hits off against that tower. And now on defense, we definitely have to watch out and make sure that we don't take too much from this side right here. Now, Ice Wizard plus Hog Rider. I will avoid the Ice Wizard and just play my Mega Minion onto the Hog Rider, playing it in the perfect position so it gets the optimal amount of hits without having to wait. And with a little bit of a counter push down the left-hand lane, we've got the Valkyrie and the Mega Minion. Now, a perfect Ice Spirit will freeze both of them. I think the zap might have been a little bit excessive, though. So in the end, it looks like it's going to be 50 seconds left, and this game's pretty even. 1100 on that right-hand tower means we're going to go for a 3 Musketeer push. The log only hits 1 Musketeer, and he has a tough decision to make. He's got to protect the right-hand lane or the left-hand lane. He's going to go for the right-hand lane protection with the Skeleton Army, and I'm just going to take the damage from the Skeleton Army, guys. I will take the damage. I'll just drop some more support cards for my Royal GG. My tower's going to drop to 588, but with that Royal Giant, a Musketeer, a Mega Minion, a mirrored Mega Minion, which is just so unbelievably dirty. I never knew that until we played this deck. That tower is going to drop all the way down to 0, giving us the first tower of the game. I dropped my right-hand tower down to 588 when his tower was at 2,000 on the left-hand side. And guess what? In a blink of an eye, both towers are going to go down just like that. And one of the riskier strategies I've taken worked out perfectly. So let's go ahead and pull a Clash with Ash right here and drop an Inferno Tower in the very center to mark our victory. Great game right there. Crazy with the mirrored Mega Minion. The Royal Giant tanking as we just mirrored that Mega Minion and it dominated that left-hand side of the map. 2 crowns to 0. And all in all, I'm loving this deck. This deck is a lot of fun. It's not conventional. And let's go ahead and stop this Princess with a Valkyrie. And the Valkyrie didn't one-shot the Princess. I could swear that the Valkyrie used to one-shot the Princess. That's actually really weird. But maybe I'm just behind the times. Meanwhile, his Mega Minion will stop my Mega Minion. Or no, his Mega Minion will stop my Valkyrie. I've got the 3 Musketeers for the Mega Minion, as well as the Miner right there. And as they split apart perfectly, let's go ahead and see what our opponent does. I don't have any follow-up cards, so I can't really do too much depending on what he does. He's going to drop a Furnace. So we're going to blow that Furnace up pretty quickly right there. And still, we have a Musketeer to do some nice damage to that left-hand tower, dropping the tower all the way down to about 1,478 HP. The power of the 3 Musketeers just so strong. And you know what? Let's do a little bit of an interesting strategy right here. I'm going to drop the Mega Minion to shove the Princess out of the, or the Royal Giant to shove the Princess out of the way. And now the Royal Giant's just going to be swinging on that tower. The tower's down to 1,000. The tower's down to 842. The arrows from the tower do almost nothing to the Royal Giant. Because of that, the Royal Giant's just going to lock on and take that tower down to 365. Man, I can feel the frustration within this guy as he throws out the laugh face and the wow. Royal Giant, just so frustrating, but let's go and start with the Musketeer yet again. And as we prepare for a little push down the right-hand lane, you do have to realize this deck has almost no direct damage inside of it. So that's one of the faults to this deck. If that tower right there at 365, it's a little bit tough to arrow down because the arrow obviously doesn't do that much. Normally I have a lightning spell or a fireball inside of my deck and that tower is as good as gone. But since I don't have those cards, I have to keep that in mind and make sure that I focus on taking that tower down. So 18 seconds left before double elixir. This deck again obviously shines during that. I'm going to do an interesting push right here by using the Royal Giant to tank for the mini P.E.K.K.A. Seeing if that's worth it. As my Royal Giant gets slapped in the face, he can tell you himself that that was not the best play right there. I'm going to drop an oops. And with this Mega Minion right in my Royal Giant's face, it's still going to get a hit off onto the tower and drop it down to 206. Now he's going on an aggressive push. He thinks that this is his time to shine, a really nice zap spell, but my 3 Musketeers will clean up both the Mega Minion as well as the Princess, and with the 3 Musketeers in his face, that's going to mean the end of the tower, and 2 Musketeers that are pretty reasonably healthy. We can actually mirror the 3 Musketeers in the center. Let's go and drop the mirror card. I love the mirror so much, and look at those Musketeers go. They're going to burn that tower all the way down to 462, all the way down to 0. The 10 Elixir 3 Musketeer combo right there is just ridiculous, and guys, I'm loving the mirror right now. So much fun. 24 seconds left in the battle. We've taken both towers down. Our left-hand tower probably will go down by now. There's not going to be too much we can do to save it. I guess we'll try and to see if we can just get a clean sheet as far as the battle goes. But with the Miner and the Zap spell, that's going to be the end of that left-hand tower. So this win will be a 2-crown-to-1 victory. But guys, this deck is just ridiculous. If you haven't tried it out yet, I'm sure almost none of you guys have. It's a very new deck that I saw on the ladder. Try it out. It's pretty crazy. And with 4 Musketeers and a Royal Giant, as well as the mirrored card, there's no way you won't be entertained by this deck. It doesn't even have any legendaries, I don't think. So for you guys who don't have legendary cards, it is a perfectly fine card or deck to play. So here it is again. You got the Royal Giant, 4 Musketeers, the Valkyrie, Mega Minion, Arrows, as well as the Inferno Tower, and then the mirror card, which is the wild card inside of this deck, and it makes it go pretty crazy. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smack that like button. Let me know what you think of this deck. Do you think it's good, it's bad, it's crazy? All of the above, drop it in the comment section below. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.